Good afternoon, America. Today is Tuesday, March the 10th, and it is a little bit after 1. It's 1:19. We're going to be reading from Proverbs 1 today. I noticed that we've only read one Proverbs, and it's already March, so we're going to start off with a sound saying. I thought I took one out already. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. The first is coming from Psalms 145, verse 18, and it says, "The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth." The Lord is nigh, he is near unto them who call upon him, and to all that call upon him in truth. All right, the back is coming from James 5, verse 8, and it says, "Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth near." Be patient and establish your heart, because the Lord does draw us near. No one knows when he will come. So, mind what you're doing. Okay? The reading today is coming from Psalms 1. It's a very, very colorful chapter. We have pink for witnessing. We have a few split verses. Verse 7 is part red for discipleship and part black for sin. We have yellow for family. We do have a significant amount of black, and a significant amount of pink for witnessing. We do have a verse of orange for your faith, and it ends off with blue for salvation. It has 33 verses in here. Okay, I will be reading it both from the original Bible and also from the New International Bible. All right, as we switch colors, we will switch to the New International Bible. All right, chapter 1 of Proverbs talks about understanding by Proverbs, walking not in the path of sinners, forsaking of wisdom by fools. Fools don't want to hear anything that has anything to do with wisdom. They don't want to hear anything to do with Christ, anything spiritual. They're not interested. Okay, that's just the way they function, without any kind of understanding. All right, but we're not that way. All right, let's begin. Verse 1 to 6 is pink for witnessing, and I will read it straight away. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. Verse 2, "To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding." Verse 3, "To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity." Verse 4, "To give stability to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion." 5, "A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain unto wise counseling." Let me take you back a little bit to Moses. When Moses had brought the people out of Egypt, they were out in the desert now, and his father-in-law Jethro came to see him. And after some time sharing what God had done for them, this is what Moses shared with his father-in-law Jethro. The very next day, Jethro watched his son-in-law from morning to night, judging the people all by himself. And in the evening sometime, he suggested to him that the way he was handling that particular task was overbearing to him. So he counseled his son-in-law on how to take that job that he was doing and taking it all to himself and divide it among several. He told them how to choose the individuals, what to do with the individuals, what to teach them, and to give them a certain amount of people to judge. And being a wise man that he was, instead of being arrogant and foolish and boasting about what he had already done, he simply did that which was wise. He took the counsel of his father-in-law, and he did it accordingly to the way his father-in-law gave it to him. So now he is not overburdened with doing all of the work by himself. Now he had other people that were helping him to complete that task. And the difficult matters now came to Moses, and they handled the smaller matters. But things that were hard and difficult to judge, those were preserved for Moses. So he did take the instruction of his father-in-law, and it made things work out better for Moses. So this is what happens when our elders try to instruct us on how to accomplish a task. Today it's much difficult to instruct people because they think they know more than you, and they don't listen. But if you come across a wise soul, that wise soul will intensely listen to thee and will follow thy counseling. All right? So it says a wise man will hear, or a wise woman, and will increase learning. And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. Okay? 6, to understand the proverbs and interpretation, the word of the wise and their dark sayings. Let's move it over here. It says purpose and theme. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. Verse 2, for attaining wisdom and discipline, for understanding words of insight. 3, for acquiring a disciplined and prudent life, doing what is right and just and fair. 4, for giving prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. 5, let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discretion get guidance. 6, for understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. Okay, 7 is that split verse. The red part says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. You can obtain knowledge if you have no fear for God, because it is a prerequisite. You hear that? It is a prerequisite to obtaining knowledge and wisdom and understanding. You must first fear God. Okay? The black part says, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And this is true. They don't want to be counseled, and they don't want to hear any instructions. Period. All right? Read it from here. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Okay? Verse 8 and 9 is yellow for family. My son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Amen. 9, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. Let's move it from here. Listen, my son, to your father's instructions, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. 9, they will be a girdle to grace your head, and a chain to adore your neck. All right. 10 to 19 is that black verses that we had. There's quite a few of them from 10 to 19. And straight away I will read it. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Consent thou not. Consent thou not. Okay. Sinners will come to you in person. They will call you on a telephone. They will text you. Okay. Whatever it is, do not go with them. If a person calls you and say, oh, I was fighting with my friend and I hit her over the head or hit him over the head and they're dead. I need you to help move the body. Absolutely not. Okay? That is a sinner enticing thee. Go not with them. Instead, hang up. Just like that. It's a drop call. Suddenly. Hang up and dial 911. Okay? My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not, because there have been so many people who have had the same encounter. And rather than move away from that which is evil, they follow the person to the jailhouse. And they got more time than the person who actually committed the crime. 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. 12. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. 13. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. 14. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. Invitation. 15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their paths. Refrain. That means don't follow. Don't join in. Don't be a part of it. Be a part of the solution. What would be the solution for you? To call the authorities. Because sooner or later, in the midst of the investigation, the authorities will be in your face. Did you hear me? They will be in your face because somehow or another, they will discover that this individual called you at a certain time. And that's how they get into your face. Okay? You don't want anybody in your face asking you about anything. So it's better that you go to the authorities yourself first. This way you can clear your name immediately. All right? 16. For their feet run. They run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Make haste to do it. Not to do good, but to shed blood. Okay, 17. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. 18. And they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privately for their own lives. 19. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owner thereof. Let us take it here from 10 to 19. My son, if sinners entice you, do not give in to them. Do not follow them. Do not listen to them. Okay, I'm personally not the kind of individual you can call up and tell me such a thing. I don't have friends like that. And if I do, if one of my friends does do something accidentally, yes, I will come to them. Pay attention. Yes, I will come to their aid to talk them into going to the police together. Let's go together. You're innocent. It's an accident. You didn't mean it. There's no need in running. I will go with thee. Okay? You can do that because that person needs counseling. Okay? That person needs someone who loves them enough to direct them in the right path. Not someone to direct them onto where to dig a hole. Okay? You can go if you're going to be helpful. Okay? It is a wonderful thing to have somebody by your side when you're in trouble and leading you towards the right thing to do. Okay? It makes a difference in your case, in your friend's case, in your daughter's case, in your son's case, your niece's case, whatever the case may be. All right? Let's continue. Listen, my son. I'm sorry. We're down here at 10. My son, if sinners entice you, do not give in to them. 11. If they say, come along with us, let us lie wait for someone's blood. Let's lay wait some harmless soul. 12. Let's swallow them alive like the grave and whole like those who go down to the pit. 13. We will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder. 14. Throw in your lot with us and we will share a common purse. 15. My son, do not go along with them and do not set foot on their path. If you can't be a part of the solution, don't be a part of the problem. Did you hear me? If you can't be a part of the solution, don't be a part of the problem. My son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their path. 16. For their feet rush into sin. They are swift to shed blood. 17. How useless to spread a net in full view of all the birds. 18. Then men lie in wait for their own blood. They waylay only themselves. 19. Such is the end of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the lives of those who get it. Okay? 20 and 21 is read for discipleship. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. Amen. 21. She cries in the chief places of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she utters her words, saying. 22 is pink. We're going to do 20 and 21 from here. At the head of the noisy street, she cries out. In the gateway of the city, she makes her speech. 22. How long will ye simple ones love your simple ways? Hold on, let's back this up to 20. Wisdom calls aloud in the street. She raises her voice in the public squares. 21. At the head of the noisy street, she cries out. In the gateways of the city, she makes her speech. All right, 22 to 27 is pink for witnessing. Pay attention. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? 22. 23. Turn you at my reproach. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. 24. Because I have called and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth. 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. That's what happens today when you try to counsel the young. They either shut you down quickly, or if you manage to get it out, they totally ignore what you said. Then sometime later, things happen. But had they paid attention to your counsel, those things would not happen. So that shouldn't stop you from counseling folks. Okay, because sometimes the right word at the right time can make all the difference in the decision of another. So that's why it's important to give those words, whether they will be received or not. Okay? Perhaps some way or another, the Lord will intervene and give them wisdom to listen. Okay? 25, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproach, my correction. 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when you fear cometh. When your fear cometh. 27, when your fear cometh as dissolution, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. 28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. This is God not answering thee. The worst thing in the world that could possibly happen. I don't mind if a human don't answer me. I don't mind that at all. But when the Lord won't answer me, that's a problem. Okay? Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. All right? That is 28. That was also orange for your faith. So let's take it from 22 to 28. How long will you simple ones love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in mockery and fools hate knowledge? 23. If you had responded to my rebuff, I would have poured out my heart to you and made my thoughts known to you. 24. But since you rejected me when I called, and no one gave heed when I stretched out my hand. 25. Since you ignored all my advice and would not accept my rebuff. Correction. 26. I in turn will laugh at your disaster. I will mock what calamity overtakes you. 27. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelms you. 28. Then they will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but I will not find. They will look for me, but will not find me. Okay, so you don't want to look for God and not find him. You don't want to get on your knees and speak to him about an issue and he not give you peace in your heart. You don't want that. It is better that every person in the world hate thee than for God himself to hate thee. Okay, because he does have the capacity to hate. He hates the way our world is functioning right now. Okay? And we will pay a price for that. You can believe it. All right, let's take it from 29. To 32 is black for sin. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. 30. They would none of my counsel, they despise all my reproach. 31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. All right, 29 to 32 here. Since they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. 30. Since they would not accept my advice and spurred my rebuff. 31. They will eat the fruit of their ways and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. 32. For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complexity of fools will destroy them. And this is always true, America. It don't make no difference how perfect you think you planned that murder. It doesn't even make a difference if you are a police officer and did the murder. A detective and did the murder. You always leave a trail of something behind. If nothing else, if you have thought that you have planned it perfectly, science will walk right in and give your DNA. That's something you can't explain away. If you have nothing to do with this thing, your DNA should not be all over the person's body, all over the weapon, all over the scenery. Okay? Not that people don't get away. Yes, they do. They do get away with the things that they have done in the past. Sometimes it's 15 or 20, 30 years later. But your DNA will convict you 15, 20, or 30 years later. Thank God for that part of science. I appreciate. Okay? Because it not only finds the guilty, but it gives peace to the victims of whoever you have harmed. It gives them closure. Okay? So mind what you do. If it's something that's going to destroy someone, do it not. Say it not. God does not need your help in anything at all. All right? The last verse is blue for salvation. And it says, but whoso hearkens unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Let me repeat that because that is a true statement. If you fear God, that's the beginning of knowledge. And if you fear God and listen to all his counsel, safety is assured from evil. It can't knock on your door. It can't come nigh thee. It can cause you no harm. Why? Because you are covered. You're among his very own sheep or shepherds. You are covered. And when he covers you, there isn't a man, whether it's the CIA, the police, the FBI, that can protect you better than God. Or your children. Do you hear me? Okay. But whosoever hearkens unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. And that's a promise. Let's read it from here. But whosoever listens to me will live in safely and be at ease without fear of harm. See, that's why it's so important, America, to get into the habit of praying every day. Every day that the Lord gives you time on earth, you ought to give him a prayer. And don't just pray for yourself. Pray for your family. Pray for your friends. Pray for that homeless man you gave some money to. Pray for your enemies. Just keep prayer going consistently without ceasing. That's what without ceasing means. And you will have less incidents in your lifetime of your children being snatched, your children being found dead here or there, because this nation forgot to pray. Prayer is important. It serves a huge purpose. And if you think you can live this lifetime without praying at all, you will soon find out that prayer is a keeper. It keeps you what? Safe. It keeps your family out of harm. All right? You can do it without many things, but praying, like food and water, are equal. Actually, it's actually more important than food and water. If you are praying so, you can go without water longer. If you are praying so, you can also go without food longer. Thank you very much for listening. As always, may the peace of God be upon you. May he protect all that you own and all that you love. And may the will of God for your life come from thee. Until the next time, please enjoy this day, and thank you very much for listening.